If you have mold, see mold, if you're buying a house, if you have a home inspection, if for some reason you think you have mold and you want to do the best thing to get rid of it, what really works and not waste your money, if you're not sure you have mold, I can tell you what you really need to do, what's going to work. I can go over an estimate you have with the remediation company and go use these people or call somebody else or use them, but have them strike this line item. Often you're in the middle of trying to clean the mold up yourself or your contractor. What should we do? What's next? Or is it mold or did this work? A couple ways I can work with you. One is you go to my website under consultation and you pick the one that's a 15-minute phone consult. I'll look at the pictures you send or your question. I'll email you reply and then I'll call you. The other is if you have more than one question or it's more complex, if you really want to spend a couple hours, some people have estimates for $50,000 or $100,000 on mold remediation. By having a consult with me, I can go over, do this, don't do this, and more importantly, maybe you miss some spots. Maybe we should do some more testing. I look at your testing report, your mold inspection report, and go, you know what? This is not mold, but have you considered that? So we go over all that in a longer consultation. If you have a mold question, I can answer it better than anybody else can. I'd love to help you. Background on myself and why I'm so good at what I do. I promise you won't find somebody with more experience. One that's also a rocket scientist. I'm an engineer. I've taken every class you can imagine on mold. I went back to college to do residential building construction. And then I didn't just take the word for it. Like, for example, the ERMI and the PCR. Those tests have a lot of and laboratory errors in them, staggering number of laboratory errors that aren't even caught. So as an engineer, when I realized that, because I spent tens of thousands of my own dollars verifying these tests, like which ones work, which ones don't, like which ones can we not waste our time, money on and really trust the results. What do we have to do to really trust results? What works, what doesn't? And then how do we get rid of the mold? There's mold standards, which ironically nobody follows them, even though they say they are. There's a whole bunch of misinformation. So again, I've spent 20 years and tens of thousands of my own dollars. I'm not going to recommend you do it unless I've done it and proved it works. If you think you have mold, or you know you have mold, you want to know how to get rid of it, or you want to know, did I get rid of it? Is it all gone? Another thing, people think they have to throw their stuff away after they have mold in their house because it's all contaminated. Not true exactly. And on my consultations, try to break it down. Most of what you read on the internet is wrong and misinformation. If you have questions, you could book one for 15 minutes or you could book one for 3 hours. If you book one for 15, later on, you can apply that towards the full 3-hour consultation. Whatever you need, I'm here to help you. But it all starts with you going over to the consultations, picking whether you want 15 minutes or a full consultation and paying for that. And then we'll schedule time and get on the phone. You can send me everything you got. I promise you we'll solve all your mold problems.